Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. My name's Eric. Today we're going to talk about the airline company that's called Cebu Pacific. It's something that's very popular and well used here in the Philippines, but not too many people outside know about it. They're well known for dirt cheap plane fares and flying to many different destinations here in the country. How cheap? I scored a couple of round trip tickets below $30. I'll be flying to Davao and Ozamis on different occasions, and I'll be sharing my experience from start to finish, so you know whether they're worth it or to skip them. And before anything else, tap that bell so that you can see more useful videos just like this one. Alright, enough said. Below $30 flights, here we go. What's convenient about Cebu Pacific is that they send you an email about a week before so that you can check in online. Since I'm not gonna have any luggage on me, I just have my carry-on bag here. I'm gonna skip all that line and go directly to the gate. I don't think I've ever done that, and it's very convenient because all you have to do is go to one of the machines from Cebu Pacific and then print your boarding pass. So I just passed security and I had to throw a couple of my canned goods away. I had like 3 canned goods in my bag here, and I didn't know that you're supposed to check that in. It's my first time traveling with my backpack on the plane, so I forgot. This is a 2-hour flight from Manila to Davao. This ticket just cost me 1,541 pesos round trip, and that's only $29.6. And the awesome thing about Cebu Pacific is that they enabled so many people to fly because every month they have seat sales and the prices are ridiculously low if you can grab tickets very quickly on their online sales. As soon as 12 midnight hits on a day that they declared there's going to be a sale, everyone's been waiting for a couple of hours on their browsers to click that book button. The amount I scored for this flight is not even the cheapest one. There's even other people who were able to book cheaper flights than this. On a regular day when there's no sales, their fares are not that expensive anyway, given that they're an ultra low cost carrier, but the fare could be easily double or triple what I paid for. So every Filipino knows what Cebu Pacific is, and every month we're crossing our fingers that they do a seat sale. You should do the same too. Now, take note that ticket price is bare bones. You're only allowed one carry-on bag limited to 7 kilos or about 15 pounds. That's why I only have a backpack and I'm going backpacker style here. If you want a meal or a drink on the plane, you gotta pay for it. And if you want extra luggage for carry-on or for check-in, you gotta pay for that in advance too. So pay attention to the gates because I'm moving gates again. They changed it, so keep asking. We're in the tarmac now, but they're gonna bus us to the planes first. Pretty big plane for a domestic flight. Everything good so far, so we boarded on time and orderly. We're not like delayed or anything, and we're gonna take off in a few minutes. First thing I noticed are the seats. They're less comfortable compared to an international flight from Cebu Pacific, because I just did one going to Hong Kong and they're very different. Those you can recline. These ones in domestic you cannot. Apparently, I don't see any buttons wherein you can recline the seats. Scheduled flight was about 3:15, but it's been 15 minutes and we're still on the runway. If you're thinking to charge your electronics, then you're out of luck since there's nothing to plug into. The cushion is very bare, you can't recline, and there's not much you could do with it. Nothing to see here. Bathroom is very normal, just like in any other plane. So I stand corrected, apparently there's a power supply jack, but it's not on the seat in front of you, but under your seat. You gotta be looking for it. Food's the same too. You gotta prepay it online. Every hot meal is about $5 or 250 pesos. If you weren't able to buy online, you can also buy right here. They have some snacks in the cart as they go by, and then you can just pay on the spot. And the good thing is when you travel internationally, you can also pay with different denominations like US dollars, Hong Kong dollars. Some examples from the menu. Soda 70 pesos or about $1.30. Instant coffee at 50 pesos or $1 each. Cup noodles for 100 pesos or about $2. Local beer for 150 pesos or $3. Wine for 250 pesos or $5. Essentially, everything is super expensive. It's about 3 times the price of what you would pay for outside. And as you can see, people are still buying despite the prices. I bring my own food and my carry-on luggage so that I can snack on something without having to buy from here because it's a little bit expensive. Going a little bit earlier, they were doing some games too, so that they can engage the passengers a little bit more. They asked some trivia questions, and whoever answered them got like a souvenir item from the airline. about 5:30. We just landed in Davao in Mindanao and everything was normal. We're just delayed maybe like 10 minutes, so no biggie there. It's my first time here in Mindanao, so I can't wait to explore. That's it for now. I'll see you guys on my next flight with him, and that's when I come back from here, Davao, back to Manila. So I'm back at the Davao airport after a couple of days. Based on the signs here, they remind you of a couple of things. The check-in counter, it closes about 45 minutes before departure. The boarding gates, they say open 30 minutes before departure. And the boarding gates close 15 minutes before departure. Like before, I'll be using the check-in kiosk since I don't have any check-in luggage anyway. So you gotta pack light and you gotta be smart about it. And I also noticed you just need to hold on to this piece of paper. They don't actually have one of those boarding passes that you're used to during international flights. It's just a flimsy piece of paper that you gotta make sure you don't lose it. So look, regarding the 7 kilos, they're not very strict about it. Mine's a little bit over. Now, when you do have check-in luggage, then they weigh every piece of luggage. And if they see if it's over the allowed limit, then they go ahead and charge you the additional amount. If you have one of those handy-dandy portable weighing scales, make sure you weigh your luggage so you don't get consequences here. But yeah, don't worry too much about that 7 kilos because I never do. From all my time flying with him, I don't recall him ever asking to weigh my hand carry luggage. After waiting a couple hours, it's boarding time. They prioritize people with special needs or people with kids, senior citizens, so they go first, and then everybody else follows depending on your seat number. I'm part of the group at the very back of the plane, so we're the first ones to board after the priority ones. That's a little bit logical because that means you're not in the way of everybody else who's trying to sit down. It's gonna take a while for it to be filled up, but expect that as well. Wow, so it seems like the lavatory here in the back are usually bigger than what I'm used to. If you want bigger lavatories, go to the very back. Seems like you have bigger leg room now, and you can recline the seats on this particular plane. Hello again, Manila Airport. So another day, another Cebu Pacific flight. This is about a week and a half away from the last one I did with it. By the way, this is Terminal 3 of the Manila International Airport. Most of the domestic flights, especially from Cebu Pacific, take off from here. And just like before, we're checking in using the kiosks. No checked-in luggage again, and we're going to Azamis this time. That's in Mindanao again. You can be a little bit late to the airport like me. I got here about a couple hours before the domestic flight, but if you have luggage, make sure you're here at least 3 or 4 hours before your flight. This flight going to Ozamis is going to take about an hour and 40 minutes, and I paid around 1,390 pesos. That's about only $27.50 for a round-trip ticket. Now we're boarding. It's about 40 minutes from departure. They did change our gate one time from one to the other because there's too many people there. It's very common here, especially in the domestic terminal, that they change the gates every now and then. On to the buses now. The planes are not really docked to where you were waiting earlier. They have to bus you to the tarmac so that you can walk up to your plane. I also gotta mention that I think they use Airbus for most of their fleet. This particular plane, it's an Airbus A320. All normal here in the bathroom, same space. The other plane was able to recline, but this one, I'm pressing the buttons, but I'm not able to. And I feel like on this flight, the legroom is also lesser. I had a little bit of a hard time pushing my carry-on bag underneath the seat. We just landed in Ozamis Airport, and it's gotta be one of the smallest ones I've ever been to. When we were landing, I was seeing like rice fields on the side, and I was kind of wondering where we would land. Good morning from Ozamis. It's time to get back to Manila. It's gonna take a little bit less than 2 hours to be in Manila again, and that's gonna be our plane going back to the city. Alright, so we just landed in Manila. Thank you, gracias, y salamat. Bye!